Hey there, good morning. I'm John. Today is Monday, September 30th, 2024. Welcome to my daily vlog. Each morning I get up and talk about what I've been doing, what I'm doing next, and how it's going, trying to make content creation indefinitely sustainable. So let's talk about Friday first, of course. My target Friday was to try to get the next long form done. Last week, on Tuesday, I took delivery of 3 new products from my arcade that are starting to ship today. Actually, the 30th was the starting the ship date, and I wanted to get the reviews for all of them out before the release date, the street date. And I did finish the third one. So I done the Pac-Man, the Miss Pac-Man, the joystick players, and then so they have this tiny little Pixel, what's it called? Pixel Pocket, new form factor that they did. Quite cute, actually. Got that finished and out, I don't know, 4 or 5 in the afternoon, I guess, something like that. I don't remember. Anyway, over the weekend, it's the least popular of the 3, but still doing okay, still in our range. 3,400 views over since Friday afternoon when we dropped that. So that took the majority of the day because that started from scratch. Because remember, I didn't get any head start on it Thursday, but I did plenty more that day. I also edited the Bob DiCrescenzo interview into a podcast bonus and got that released on Sunday morning. I forget when I got that out. I took then that Tetris Pixel Pocket and started chopping that up into short videos because it just so happens it has these 10 bonus games, and I looked at all 10 of them and I'm like, hey, that might be 8 or 9 or 10 short videos, and released a few of those, which contributed to our velocity. So got a few of those. Each of those got 2,000 views and a subscriber or 2, and they'll continue to a little bit. Let's see. Then over the weekend, by the way, I'll tell you, I have chosen a new essay. Finally got a spark of inspiration. Like, that's something I can talk about. I'm targeting that for Saturday, of course. And speaking of Saturday, then I did. Well, first of all, remember I said I was going to go to the movie last Friday. I didn't because nobody else could go, so I didn't want to go by myself. So I canceled that, and we rescheduled for Sunday. So on Saturday, I did a live stream of the new DLC for the Atari 50th anniversary celebration compilation. I went live for about almost, 2 hours or so. Well attended, man. So an average of 100 people present at any given time, a peak of like 130 people. It was a really I couldn't keep up with the chat. It was really a really good, successful live stream. Then on Sunday, I thought maybe I would finally go to the movie, and we couldn't go again. Extenuating circumstances kept us from going again on Sunday. Just people's schedules couldn't line up. So, still haven't seen that movie. Still want to see it. Maybe sometime this week. We'll see. So let's talk about stats before we get into today. I have a little chart here, and I'd like to be ideally at or above this midpoint, which represents 80 subscribers and 13,000 views average over the last 7 days. So over this past 7 days, we're above views above 13 at 16.3. And subscribers, off the chart again, just barely 152 average. So I think my chart goes to 150. So just a squeak over, but another surge. So speaking of that surge, so since we spoke, that was Friday morning. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday. When we talked on Friday, we were at 60,400 and a bit. So we made it to 60,005, 60,006, 60,007. And this morning we're at 60,800 and about a third. Wow. Wow, that's a 400 weekend. How about that? So let's talk about today. First and foremost, I need to shoot and edit the next Retro Day Celebrating Yesteryear episode. For that episode that comes out Saturday, I like to get that done on Monday. If it's not done by Monday from the previous week, I do it on Monday. Make sure the editor has what they need to get going. I have a little bit of podcast preparation, not much because it's a rewind cycle, but I'll have that ready to edit tomorrow. I've picked the new Friday plays already. So I took a hiatus last week because I was so busy with the other projects, but I did post. Someone here commented you ought to put a post on the community page of the channel, which I did, and solicited suggestions and got a really good one that sparked with me. And I'm like, actually, I got a lot of really good suggestions. One that sparked with me, I'm going to go ahead and do. So Yeah, and what else? Oh yeah, and then finally, at some point today, I'm going to try to pick a one-day long form that I can do. I have a couple of ideas that by one day I mean I can get them done in basically a half a day with all the other stuff I have left to do and get it out, because I'd like to get a video published today since so I didn't get the velocity of an essay over the weekend. I did a live stream though, but I'd like to get the week started if I can. And I'll point out, last week we were talking about the blowback from Hurricane Helene. We got very lucky here in North Florida. Some of us, we did, not everybody did, but we were. But I wanted to call out another very popular and fantastic creator, LGR, Lazy Game Reviews, Clint over there. I've been following him forever, just recently following his story on Twitter. He's up in the Carolinas, I think, somewhere, if I recall. It doesn't matter exactly where he is, but he got hit huge, and he had trees come down and just crush his house. He can't even move the trees, right? So it's like his water damage, home damage, structural damage, everything. And I call it out just because if you are a follower and fellow creators, and I know what it can be like. You kind of have your budget set, and then these crazy things happen. I don't know his financial situation, but I will say, if you watch Clint and you're able and willing and interested in supporting him, it's very easy. You always could by going and supporting him at Patreon. Even if you do it, you just have a couple of bucks and want to, sign up for a month or two and then turn it off. I'm sure with what he's going through with this storm, an influx of cash from, $5 or $10 from a few directions is going to go a long way to help him. So if you watch his channel, he's fantastic, and you're able to, I'll put a link to his Patreon down in the top line of this description video. If you're able, go over and help him out, because I can only imagine. I've seen the photos, and you can see the photos too if you go over to his Patreon or on his Twitter or whatever. It's just it's a catastrophe. It's smashed a whole half of his house, and I can only imagine what he must be going through. And so an influx of support, I know all too well, in tough times can really go a long way toward your motivation in addition to your obligations. So if you're able, please consider that. I don't know him personally, but yeah, I've appreciated his work for a long time, and I went over and joined his Patreon. I never had, even though I watched him for years, just to show my support and try to help out a little bit that I can. So that's it. I'm going to get busy with this Monday. Got plenty to do, so let me go ahead and get after it. Thank you, of course, for popping in to check out today's vlog, if in fact you did. If you're here every day, I love you for that. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great start to your week. Good Monday. Don't forget to do something good for yourself. And I'll talk to you again next day. Bye-bye.